In the wake of the Florida school massacre, there are a lot of difficult conversations taking place in homes and schools all across the country.
Earlier today, WUSA 9 anchor Jan Jeffcoat, some concerned parents, and a psychologist sat down to talk about school safety issues.
Susan, we talked earlier, and you said your daughter, who's in high school?
Yes.
Okay. That she had no fears at all when
Right.
she first heard this.
Well, I mean, she certainly had fears that it happened, and but I don't feel like she felt like her community was not safe. You know, so they're very aware, but I don't think it's translated to her thinking that she's not safe going to her high school, which is good.
Okay, so how does that make, that makes you feel good?
It makes me feel good, but it also makes me feel like we have so much more to do as a society that we should be addressing the causes, and we should be looking at the things that are allowing these situations to happen. It's not enough to say that my child feels safe. Every child should feel safe. Every single child should feel safe. And I have, like, you know, had that pause in the last week going out the door, like, ooh, what? Just that second of hesitation, and I don't like it. I don't like to think, like, what if that was the last time I saw him? What if something happened on the way to school? And no parent should feel that. No parent in any community should ever feel that.
Right, and doctor, I want to know, you know, when you hear about some of these threats, how confident are we knowing what's credible and what's not? Because there is a lot of stuff on social media that our children see.
Well, we need to always err on the side of caution, but always in the history of the world, there has been danger. Right. There's always been danger. And the important part of parenting and teaching our children is to teach them to go on with life, even though there is danger out there, and build strength and courage and character, and communicate to your children that even though there's always going to be danger in the world, you can go on and live, you can carry on with life, and you can live a beautiful life, and it's a good world.
Okay, that's good advice there. What's interesting, I think, is that when I was in school, we didn't have these drills that you guys are talking about. We had fire drills, maybe a tornado drill every now and then, right? And now they're having drills in case a gunman comes into a school. How do you guys feel about that? How are you processing that with your children? Do they come up and talk to you about it? I know you guys were describing, I think, were you telling me how they have to go hide under ivy? Were you telling me about that?
Yes, so just yesterday, my youngest, who is 6, said they had the lockdown drill. And then following that, they had the fire drill. And so their process of going into the classrooms, locking the doors, hiding, turning off the lights, and closing the blinds. And they have to be very, very quiet. So they almost make it like a game so that it's not too intense. But she was aware that she does this in case there's an intruder in the school that's not supposed to be there. And then my son, he had the same one, but he's in middle school and he's 13. And so he calls it an active shooter drill. So the language is a little different at the different ages. And so for him, it caused a little anxiety because they were having more of them because of what recently happened in Florida. And so that caused him more anxiety, where my 6-year-old didn't have that same level of anxiety. And then that's where we had to have those conversations, like the doctor was saying, that it's so important because I don't want him going to school in fear.